Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to calculate drywall, so stay tuned. What I like to do is just get a copy of the house layout, so that way I can go through each room and write it down as I go, and I can keep track of it per room that way. Some people just get a blank sheet of paper and just write down the square footage as they go. I'm a visual person, so that's the way I prefer to do it. So now that I got my sheet of paper, the next step is just go through each room and measure and write it down. So let's go. So let's say we want to calculate how much drywall it takes to do this wall. So you'd want to measure across the bottom first, from here to here, wall to wall, and then from the floor up to the ceiling, which most walls are 8 foot. So that measurement will give you the square footage. So as you can see, we got about 8 foot. Okay, so I pulled the tape across here, and it gives us 12 foot 9 inches. So you'd round that to 13 foot. So then we come to our little sheet here, go to our bedroom we're at, and you would write 13 by 8. So that way we have that wall calculated. And we simply go through and do every wall. So now we're just going to go through to every room in the house and do this. So just a newbie tip, after you measure the height once, you know the rest of the walls are going to be 8 foot, of course, so you don't have to measure the height on each corner. So when you get to a wall like this that has a peak in it for the cathedral, what you'd want to do is just measure like normal across your bottom. So your length and width, which is 8 foot for your normal height of every other wall. Just measure the height and the length from the center, then whatever that length times the width is the square footage of the whole triangle area. Something else you want to keep in mind about the drywall in the garage is that these walls that are between the house and the garage need to have fire rated drywall on the garage side. So we'll have to calculate this wall back here up to this wall here. So those are going to be what's called type X. It's fire rated. It just allows the fire to burn slower through the drywall to give you time to escape. And also the ceiling in the garage needs to be done too. Now that we got all of our measurements of the walls, we're going to go through, calculate the square footage of each room and write it down here for the walls. So starting out in the bedroom we did earlier. So if you look here, this is going to be 104 square foot here, 104 square foot, 104 square foot, and then another 104 square foot. So that gives us 416 square foot. So we're just gonna write 416 right in the center. Sorry, I got sloppy handwriting. We're gonna go through each room and do that. Okay, I know this looks like a war plan, but I calculated everything in per room, came up with the number, put in the center of the room or out to the side. Then I took all the values and just wrote them down here and just X'd them out as I went so I didn't lose track. Came up to 3,870 square feet total of wall. So I put that down here at the 8 foot wall section. And then the ceilings, this house is 1,836 square foot. So I just added a little bit and made it even 1,900 square foot. Add them both together, that gives us 5,770 square feet. So you take that and divide it by 48 because a 12 by 4/8 sheeted drywall is 48 square foot. That gives us
121
for how many we need. And then you add 10% for waste. And then that gives us 133 half-inch 4x8 sheets of drywall we need. So from that number, we had to take off 14 because that's going to be our moisture-resistant panels for the bathrooms. So that leaves us with 119 of regular 4x12 half-inch drywall. And then we're going to need 10 4x8 type X 5/8 drywall. I didn't have white out, so I had to scribble that out. Then 8 54-inch 8 foot type X 5/8 drywall, and then 4 54-inch 12 foot half-inch regular drywall. So that's all of our panels we're going to need. Now we need to calculate glue and screws and all the other things we need. The easiest thing to do is just go to usg.com and there's a wallboard estimator. Just go there and plug in that number and it'll tell you everything else you need for the job except for the corner bead. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to go there and do that. But for the sake of this video, making it complete, I'll go through and tell you how you figure the rest of the material. So if you're doing 8-foot sheets, you're probably gonna need about 25 screws per sheet. And if you're doing 12-foot sheets, you're probably gonna need about 35 screws per sheet is a good rule of thumb. When it comes to the glue you're gonna use to put the drywall on, you're gonna wanna get about a 1.5 tubes per 12-foot sheet and about a tube per 8-foot sheet. Most drywall mud comes in 5-gallon buckets. Every 5-gallon bucket does about 10 sheets of drywall, so you can just keep that in mind. Most people prefer the 250-foot rolls of tape because it's a little more mobile. So with the 250-foot roll of tape, that'll do about 10 sheets. When it comes to corner bead, all you gotta do is count up each corner in the house, and if they're all 8-foot walls, you just get that many of 8-foot corner bead. And if you have 9-10-foot walls, you're gonna wanna count up all those corners, and that's going to give you how many 10-foot corner beads you need. Just so you're aware, unlike siding, there's only one corner bead, so it's for your inside and your outside corners. So when you count up your corner bead, just keep that in mind. You don't have to worry about 2 different kinds. And I had a piece here, so I figured I'd show you real quick. So yeah, that corner bead can go here, and how it goes on an inside corner is pretty simple. You just flip it around. Instead of being like that on your outside corner, you just turn it like this. These go on your insides like that. Of course, there's drywall on the wall when you do it. Something else I figured was an honorable mention while you're figuring up your corner bead is most people are probably aware of this, but some people may not be. But your door openings, these don't get corner bead. Obviously, your door goes here, and it covers all that up, but some people may not know that. So I went through and calculated everything up, and this is what my totals were. So there's all my wall board I already talked about. Corner bead, 10-foot corner bead, drywall mud. Screws I already have, so I don't want to order any more. I got glue. I got to order tape, 15 rolls of 250 foot. Actually got 7 here, so I won't have to order quite 15. Something you're gonna want to keep in mind when you submit your building material to suppliers is if you need to have the material boomed into a window like a second story, you need to make sure that they even have that capability before you submit the material list. For instance, this is a ranch style house. I don't need it boomed up into a second story window because the drywall can be carried in by hand if I find a good enough deal. So I'm just gonna submit it to Lowe's, Home Depot, and Capital because I got that option. Now, if this was a 2-story, Capital's the only one I know of local that will stock it in a 2-story house. So I would just call them and submit the material list, wheel and deal with them a little bit, try to get the best price, and then go from there. All right, so some odd and ends that I need to get done is I'm gonna haul this scaffolding you see here in the background. I'm gonna haul that down and store it. And then these pipes that are in the way, I'm gonna haul that out of here too, because when they're in here doing insulation in this drywall, it's really important to have everything out of the way so they can move, because we don't want them cussing at us now, do we? All right, this is day 106 of the house building project. Let's see if we can get something done. So I really don't want to put my tailgate down because I got to haul these pipes. So I'm going to try to stack this in here kind of on an angle so the pipes will, slide where we at, right down in here. I'm going to see what happens. I don't know. They're all loaded up. It's kind of wild, but we're gonna see what happens. Oh man, let's see if it made it. Oh, it did. Can you believe it? Let's get this stuff unloaded. It's cold. right, guys, got everything unloaded. This is the end of day 106. If you like what you've seen, go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Later.